Unless we live a life similar to the hermits, unless we live in a cave, we're probably going to accumulate some wounds in our life from just simply living with or knowing, being with people who offend us or hurt us in some way. You know, where there are human beings, there's always going to be some kind of conflict. So the question is not, are these things going to happen, but what do I do when they happen? What do I do when someone offends me or hurts me, speaks badly about me? How do I react? How do I react? There are some people who are more passive, that they just try to bury those things and they don't necessarily deal with them, and sometimes that resentment grows in their hearts, and it can cause serious issues of anger, resentment, hatred even. Then there are others who are more passive-aggressive, that they don't say anything, they don't confront the individual, but they bury those things in their heart, and then they go off and they speak about them. They vent, they gossip, they tear that person down. The more humble we are, brothers and sisters, the easier it is to let go of those things. The easier it is to let go of pain and resentment, knowing that our Heavenly Father has forgiven us things that are much worse. That just like I need compassion from God, those people need compassion too. So what is the answer? What do we do in these moments? Well, Jesus says in the gospel, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. Between you and him alone. In other words, let's not fall into gossip. Let's not tear each other down, but have the courage to confront that person, to speak and simply express how we're feeling, express our emotions, not so much blaming and condemning, but seeking healing. If we say those things with humility and love, more often than not, there's reconciliation. And that's what we truly need. That's what our hearts crave, reconciliation. And there are cases when the person doesn't want to reconcile, who doesn't want to recognize that they did anything wrong, and at least we know that we have peace in our hearts, knowing that we've done our part, we've expressed our pain, and we have sought reconciliation and just union with that person. That could be a family member, a friend, a coworker, it could be anyone. But I just invite you all to ask yourselves, how do you personally deal with pain when other people offend you? All of us are going to respond in a different way, but we ask the grace to respond as Jesus invites us to speak to that person between you and him alone.